Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome to Catalysis by Vedantu. If I'm audible and visible, write you in the chat box, you know the drill. So my dear friends, today we are here to do yet another class of the chapter of chemical bonding. So in the previous few classes, we have covered really important ideas. We know how to make Lewis structures. We know how to deal with the solvation of ionic bonds. We know what is lattice enthalpy, hydration enthalpy. And we've also learned about dipole moment. We've also learned about Fayon's rules, which talk about the ionic character of a covalent bond and the covalent character of an ionic bond respectively. So with all of those things in our mind, we now would have this curiosity of how do we figure out the shapes of molecules. Yes, till now we've been talking about how to form the molecules, but we did not talk about what is the exact shape of the molecules, and we still haven't really talked about the stability of these molecules either. Yes, so today we are diving into this very important theory, and it is a lot of fun as well. This theory is known as the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Very important, very entertaining. So today in this class we're going to have a lot of fun. So I'm going to break apart VSEPR into two classes. Today will be the basics of VSEPR, and then the next class that is going to be on Tuesday is going to talk more about the applications of VSEPR, and we'll do some questions in that class as well. तो आज की क्लास में सिंपल आइडिया समझते हैं what is going on with VSEPR. ये homework question खुल गया. I'll show you the homework question in just a little while. So what is the idea behind VSEPR theory? See, it's a very simple idea. Let us think about any particular molecule. Let us think about, let's say, CH4. Or let us also think about water. My dear friends, in both of the cases, let us say that over here, carbon is the central atom. So can I write a structure like this? Just a simple Lewis structure without worrying about what the exact bond angles are. I can make this basic structure. For water, I can make two lone pairs. I am making lone pairs like Mickey Mouse just so that they are more visible. ठीक है, सिर्फ वो दिख जाए. That's why I'm making them like that. This is what I can do. And we already have seen this in the very first class of the chapter, that carbon over here has 4 bond pairs. Oxygen over here has 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. So we understand the terminology of bond pairs and lone pairs, and we understand that on any atom there are going to be multiple bond pairs and lone pairs in any covalent molecule. That's how we make these particular structures. Yeah, that's how a covalent bond exists. Now my dear friends, these different covalent bonds can be given a certain shape. Let me tell you how. The theory behind valence shell electron pair repulsion is something like this. It says that the repulsions, focus on the word repulsions between lone pair are more than lone pair between bond pair repulsion is more than bond pair repulsion. What does this mean? Let me take the example of water once again. Water, you have 2 lone pairs which I'll draw like this Mickey Mouse ears. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन, यहाँ पे आ गया हाइड्रोजन. My dear friends, these two are the lone pairs. Yeah, these two are the lone pairs. So let us say that the repulsion between them is of magnitude repulsion 1. Just randomly think of a magnitude. Okay, let's say that these are repelling each other with a force of 10 units. Imaginary. These numbers are all imaginary, just there for us to understand things better. So this 10 units specifies a bond pair to bond pair repulsion. ठीक है, 10 units of repulsion. There is no such thing as units of repulsion. I am just giving you a numerical example so that we can understand things better. This is going to be a lone pair bond pair repulsion. This will be a little more compared to the bond pair repulsion. So let's say this will be 12 units. Again, totally random example, ठीक है? तो ये आ गया आपका bond pair with lone pair repulsion. Then you will have a repulsion between these two as well. This will be somewhere around, let's say, 14 units. Again, example is absolutely arbitrary. Random example लिया अपन ने. This is your lone pair versus lone pair repulsion. Now, why are these repelling each other, you might ask? See, what are these? These are pairs of electrons, and you know that electrons exist as pairs because they are spin paired with each other. Yeah, one will have plus half spin, the other one will have a minus half spin. So when these two electrons exist together, they are fine inside one specific orbital. They will exist and they are fine. But when one electron pair comes close to another electron pair, do you realize there will be a repulsion? Obvious, right? Electrons are negatively charged. So if you are bringing two electron pairs together, they will repel each other. They will want to throw away each other. That is obvious that electron pairs will repel each other. Now we know that lone pairs and bond pairs are what? Electron pairs. Why do lone pairs repel more than bond pairs? ऐसा क्यों है भाई? Let me tell you. See, if you think about these lone pairs belong to oxygen, isn't it? These lone pairs belong to oxygen. This pair of electrons is with oxygen. This pair of electrons is with oxygen. So can I say that lone pairs are closer to the atom? And when I say to the atom, I mean the central atom, which we will keep in the center of the structure. Okay? So lone pairs are closer to the atom. Electron pairs are closer to the atom, so it implies that they are closer to each other, implies they will repel more. Bond pairs, on the other hand, are not that close, isn't it? Because if I think about it, this bond, even though it is more towards oxygen because of the dipole, electron will still be a little bit towards hydrogen, isn't it? माना कि ऑक्सीजन ने खींच के रखा है उनको डायपोल की वजह से, बट हाइड्रोजन के पास भी तो होगा ना इलेक्ट्रॉन थोड़ा. Yes, so bond pairs are not as close to oxygen as the lone pairs. So lone pairs, since they are very close, they repel a lot. Lone pair, bond pair, not that close, still repulsion will exist. Bond pair already are, electrons are far apart from each other, so the repulsion is not that much. That is the main idea behind valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, that lone pair repulsion is more than lone pair bond pair repulsion is more than bond pair repulsion. Fine, this is the basic idea. Please note it down. I'll give you 5 seconds if you want to take a screenshot. Otherwise, this is a video, you can pause it anywhere and just note it down. ठीक है? तो ये हो गया basic idea behind VSEPR theory. Now there's a tiny little thing called steric number that I've written over here. Steric number is essentially the total number of lone pairs plus total number of bond pairs around the central atom. Okay, so for example, if I give you BCl3, this has only 3 lone pairs, so this has only 3 bond pairs. Okay, boron has just 3 bonds with chlorine. Incomplete octet system, boron does not have any more lone pairs. Okay, so over here steric number is equal to 3. I'll give you the example of NH3. We know that nitrogen likes to make 3 bonds with hydrogen and 1 lone pair will be there on nitrogen. Yes, 1 lone pair, 3 bond pairs. We've made the structure in the very first class. So over here the steric number is equal to 4. Similarly for water, 2 lone pairs, 2 bond pairs, so we know that steric number over here is equal to 4. So steric number simply means the number of lone pairs plus number of bond pairs around a specific atom. Great, this is also done. So now before applying this theory to figure out what shape of molecules we can have, I want to solve for you the homework question that we had taken in the previous class. So this is the homework question, people. I hope you remember I had given you this question as a homework. है ना जी? So what does it say? Among the oxides of nitrogen, N2O, NO and NO2, the molecules with unpaired electrons are. See देखो, nitrogen has how many electrons? 7 electrons overall, if I count total electrons in nitrogen. Oxygen has 8 electrons. If nitrogen and oxygen combine together, total number of electrons will be how much? 15. That's an odd number. Yeah. So wherever you see just one nitrogen, you will have an odd number of electrons because one nitrogen has 7 electrons. So these two are odd electron species. I have given you such examples in the very first class when we were discussing about the drawbacks of the octet rule. Fine. Now N2O mein you have 2 nitrogens. So 7 into 2 is 14 plus 6. So it has 20 electrons. So dekhte hain. N2O and NO. N2O does not have any unpaired electrons. Yeah. NO and NO2. Yes, these two have unpaired electrons. Odd electron species implies 1 electron will definitely be unpaired. N2O and NO2. Once again, N2O doesn't have unpaired electrons in it. NO2 and its dimer. NO2 to chalo, it has unpaired electrons. What is a dimer? People, dimer is a species. Okay, dimer is something when two molecules exist with each other. Okay, so the dimer of NO2 can be drawn something like this. Okay, I'm just drawing the basic skeleton. I'm not drawing the pi bonds, coordinate bonds, etc. But this is what the skeleton of NO2's dimer can look like. Initially, what you have is nitrogens. Both nitrogens have one unpaired electron. These can choose to pair with each other. Okay? So again, dimer means when two molecules come together to form a bigger molecule. Okay? That is called a dimer. So NO2 and its dimer will also not have unpaired electrons. Only option number B has unpaired electrons in both of the cases. Cool. So what I'll do right now is I will quickly try to show you the names of a few people who gave me this answer correctly in the last class. Just give me one moment. मैं खोल रहा हूँ अभी पिछली वाली class एक बारी खोलेंगे and I will tell you who gave me the correct answer. Alright, so I've opened the class over here. ये देखो. Yep, and this is the class. We discussed Fayon's rules, dipole moment. I'll sort the comments by newest first, so the comments at the end will be the fastest. देखते हैं कितने लोगों ने सही आंसर दिया है. Okay, Mitali says option A. Mitali, incorrect. I hope you understood now. Vaishnavi is saying NO2 and NO. Yes, absolutely correct, Vaishnavi. Katinti Dheeraj, yes, absolutely. Mr. Linton, very good. Rashita, good job. Ritika, very nice. Ananya, good. Kirat nahi. N2O mein there won't be any unpaired electrons. I hope you understood right now. Jaya, very nice. Sohita, yes, good job. Manasvi, yes, absolutely correct. Abhishkar, good man. Movie Mania, okay, interesting. Option bole to. Okay, Nishkam, very nice man. Rishik, very good. Amit, very good. Movie Mania has written a tiny little poem rap. Thank you so much, bro. Chalo, badhiya. So, one more person, Kanav. Very nice. So, I took the names of a few people who gave the correct answer. Very good job. If you saw your name in the class, then please write a high five in the chat box. Doesn't matter if you saw your name or not. If you got the answer correctly, that's what matters. Chalo. अब बढ़ते हैं आगे to VSEPR's applications. Before going to VSEPR's applications, let me quickly tell you that we have a full course running at Vedantu. If you want to join Vedantu as a proper online coaching institute, which you should do because it's the lockdown, so online करना ही पड़ेगा सब कुछ. So this course will include all of the things: physics, chemistry, maths. If you are preparing for NEET, physics, chemistry, bio, and you will have a lot of assignments, you will have a lot of live classes. Those live classes will be taken on Vedantu's patented platform, amazing teachers, very qualified and very experienced teachers. Yeah, and you will get assignments, tests, everything that you get in an offline coaching institute, you'll get online. But the catch is that we are providing it at a very good price. That's a good thing. You can subscribe to this course for just 1 month if you want. Or you can subscribe for 6 months, 3 months, 12 months, depends. So the 12-month course, it's very price effective. It is somewhere around, I think, 2200 rupees per month, which is a very good price for a full preparation course for a competitive examination. So the links are in the description box down below. You can check out the links, and this is the discount code that you can apply for better prices. ठीक है? In case you want to enroll, just go to the description box down below. You will find all the details. Now, let us come to VSEPR back again. What we will do today is we will discuss a lot of standard cases of VSEPR theory. What do we mean by standard cases? We will discuss different types of molecules that have only bond pairs in them. As I told you, steric number involves bond pair and lone pair. We have to talk about lone pair repulsion as well. But we will do that later. First, we will discuss cases which have only bond pairs in them. This will form the basis of our VSEPR. Then we'll build on to this knowledge. Okay? I'll show you a lot of animations as well today. So the standard cases involve only bond pairs, right? So let me give you a very basic case. सबसे basic case की बात करते हैं. Case number 1, that is beryllium's chloride BeCl2. Over here, my dear friends, if you keep beryllium at the center, okay, this beryllium has only 2 bond pairs and no lone pairs. ठीक है? So I won't write 0 lone pair over here. I'll just write 2 bond pairs. So my dear friends, there are 2 bond pairs now. Okay, there are 2 bond pairs now. What should be the shape of this molecule? एक सेकंड, माइक की तार अड़ गई थी मेरी. If we have only 2 bond pairs, what will be the shape of the molecule? This is one bond pair, this is one bond pair. It exists in the atom over here. ठीक है? ये बीच में atom है मान लो, and this is one bond pair, this is the other bond pair. Now, if these are repelling each other, do you realize they will exist right opposite to each other? They won't want to exist any closer to each other. Yeah, the maximum distance that they can have because of this huge amount of repulsion is this. ऐसा नहीं exist करेगा. It will exist like this. Imagine I have a small little room and I put 2 people in that room. Yeah, those 2 people hate each other. Those 2 people are enemies of each other. So where will they sit? They will sit in opposite corners of the room. They will not even look at each other. One person will look in this direction, one person will look in this direction. So the thing is, maximum repulsion in this case, it's very simple to understand. Beryllium, chlorine and chlorine, baat khatam. The angle between these 2 bonds will be 180 degrees. My dear friends, this type of a geometry, okay, this type of a geometry is called linear geometry. Okay, this type of a geometry is called linear geometry. ठीक है? Let's talk about another simple case. Once again, very simple case. The second case that we'll discuss is boron trichloride BCl3. So boron over here, as I just told you in the beginning of the class as well, boron has only 3 bond pairs. There is no lone pair on this boron. Only 3 bond pairs are there. So my dear friends, how will you arrange 3 lines with the maximum angular distance in between them? कैसे arrange करोगे? देखो. One will be here, the other will be here, the third will be here. This is the maximum distance that you can keep in these. If you bring them closer, these 2 will repel. If you bring them closer, these 2 will repel. The maximum distance is if you keep them in this particular configuration. I am pretty sure you understand that this is a 120 degree angle. Yes, right? So, my dear friends, 3 bond pairs, just keep boron in the middle. Keep 1 chlorine on the top, keep 1 chlorine on the right hand side, keep 1 chlorine on the left hand side. These bond lengths would be absolutely the same. Chalo ji. So the angle over here, this angle will be 120 degrees. My dear friends, this geometry, can you see there is a triangle that exists over here? ऐसा triangle सा दिख रहा है? दिख रहा है ये triangle सा. So this particular geometry is called a trigonal geometry because we can think about a triangle getting formed. Also, do you realize that all of these atoms are in the same plane? Even though the world is 3D, in this particular case, all the atoms exist in one plane. Yeah, दिख रहा है एक बिल्कुल एक ही plane में है ये. They're in one plane. So this type of a geometry, I'll just write geometry. This type of a geometry is called trigonal planar. Please write this down. This is known as trigonal planar geometry. Trigonal planar. Alright? Just write this down. Now, these two structures that we've made, it's easy to make them on paper, but it'll be even more interesting if I can actually see what they look like. कैसे दिखते हैं थोड़ा imagine कराऊं, दिखाऊं? चलो. So, let me show you this very interesting web page that I have for you. So this is a web page by phet.colorado.edu. So if you want to visit this particular web page, all you have to do is on Google, just search for VSEPR PHET. Okay, as soon as you do this Google search, the very first web page is this one. Okay, तो देखते हैं अब हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे. The first structure that we did was beryllium chloride, BeCl2. This is what it is. 2 bond pairs, no lone pairs. This is what the structure looks like. Yeah, a linear structure. The bond angle is 180 degrees. The geometry is linear. Geometry क्या हो गई? Linear हो गई. How are the electrons arranged? Electrons are arranged in a linear fashion. Yes. Very nice. Now, the next structure that we formed was BCl3. There were 3 bond pairs. Let's add one more bond pair. ये देखो बन गया 120 degree angles. And this structure is planar. Let me show you. See, I can put all of the atoms in one plane. Can you see now? You can't even see the entire molecule because all of them lie in one plane. एक plane बन रहा है यहाँ पे. Yeah. Now they're in the plane of your screen. You can rotate it around and play with it as much as you want. Very beautiful website. You can play with it as much as you want. खेलते रहो इसके साथ. Cool. So this, as I told you, is a trigonal planar species. Got it? Trigonal बोले तो triangular, planar बोले तो planar. Trigonal planar species. Very nice. This was a very good example for BCl3. Now, coming back to our whiteboard, ठीक है? Coming back to our whiteboard, let me tell you that there are 2 things that we can define in VSEPR. Okay, there are 2 things that we can define in VSEPR. One is geometry, okay, and the other thing is called shape. Geometry can also be called electronic geometry. This is very important, please listen to me carefully. Shape can also be called molecular geometry. Okay, ठीक है? Electronic geometry, molecular geometry. Fine. So my dear friends, what does this mean? Electronic geometry is essentially the orientation, okay, orientation of all the lone pairs and bond pairs taken together. Okay. So for example, if I take the case of BCl3, the electron pairs are in this direction, and this direction. So the electron pairs, these electron pairs are making a trigonal planar structure. Electronic geometry will be trigonal planar. Molecular geometry or shape talks only about the orientation of, okay, talks only about the orientation of bond pairs. You have to neglect the orientation of lone pairs in the molecular geometry. I'll give you the example of water. I will make the example even more clear in the next class when we discuss about the exact geometries and shapes of these cases. But water molecule mein dekho, we say that the water molecule has a bent shape. I'm pretty sure you studied that information somewhere. If you haven't, I will tell you eventually in this class. So water molecule, we can say it has a bent shape, but if we talk about its lone pairs, the shape is different. If I involve the lone pairs, the shape looks something like this. But if I do not think about the lone pairs, then I can say that it has something like a V shape or a bent shape. So molecular geometry talks only about the orientation of bond pairs, not about the lone pairs. Electronic geometry talks about the orientation of both lone pairs and bond pairs, and we'll be able to understand this idea better when we talk about cases that have both lone pairs and bond pairs. So this is like a cliffhanger. The thrill will be revealed later when we deal with species that are a little more complicated. Yeah. So the idea is for molecules with only bond pairs, or we are not talking about the molecule overall, let's say for the central atom, all right, the central atom which has only bond pairs, shape is equal to geometry. Yeah, because in atoms that have only bond pairs, there are no lone pairs. So orientation of lone pairs plus bond pairs is as good as the lone orientation of bond pairs because there are no lone pairs. सिंपल सी बात है. तो अब दोस्तों थोड़ा आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's move a little bit forward towards the case of CH4. Ready? Let's move towards the case of CH4. So over here in CH4, carbon has 4 bond pairs. There are no lone pairs. Yeah, we have understood this in the very first class of the chapter. So carbon over here has 4 bond pairs. What do you think will be the orientation? How do you minimize the repulsion between 4 electron pairs? You will say that sir, they will be something like this. मेरे पास एक और पेन था, पता नहीं कहाँ गिर गया वो. Trying to find out where the other pen is. हाँ ये रहा. You will say sir, put everyone at 90-degree angle. आप कहोगे कि सर सब कुछ 90-degree angle पे रख दो. Yeah, maximum repulsion will be, maximum distance will be in this case, minimum repulsion. But do you realize I don't have to make every structure in just 2 dimensions. I can make it in 3 dimensions as well. ऐसा भी तो move कर सकता है ना इनको टेढ़ा मेढ़ा बिल्कुल. Yeah. So my dear friends, what happens when I have 4 bond pairs around a central atom is that I get a very interesting structure. Let me try to show that to you in that web page once again. तो यहाँ क्या करेंगे, एक और bond pair add करते हैं. Now look at this structure. People, do you realize this has become a very nice 3D structure? Can you see this 3D structure? ये दिख रहा है, बड़ा प्यारा सा 3D structure बन गया ये. My dear friends, this particular structure is known as a tetrahedral structure. So in this case, since there are no lone pairs, my molecular geometry and electronic geometries are absolutely the same. If I added a lone pair, let's say, my molecular geometry will be something else, electronic geometry will be something else. We learn all of these ideas, so don't worry. So when we have a central atom with 4 bond pairs around it, the geometry and the shape is a tetrahedral shape. This is what the tetrahedral shape looks like. Can you see the 3D? It's like a tripod. Have you seen a tripod? Tripod जैसा दिख रहा है ये? Yeah. Can you see? Very nice. So what are the bond angles over here? All the bond angles are 109.5 degrees. Write down this angle. This angle is important for us. ठीक है? So what's the angle over here? 109.5 degrees angle in a tetrahedral geometry. Very nice. काफी अच्छा दिख रहा है ये. Yeah. Now you must be wondering, sir, but how do we draw this on paper? It's difficult to draw on paper. मतलब ये 3D में कैसा बनाया अपन? How do we draw this in 3D? I'll show you how to draw it in 3D as well. ठीक है? So what we can do is this particular molecule, this bond and this bond are lying in the plane of the screen right now. This bond is coming out of the plane. This bond is going away from the screen. ऐसा ही है ना कुछ? It's something like this. These two are in the screen. This bond is coming towards you. This bond is going away from you. ये पीछे है. मैं इतनी कैसे फंसाऊं उंगलियों में पता नहीं, but something like this. Can you see this? Can you visualize this? Yeah. So how do we draw this? Let me show you how to draw it. So we draw this in a form called the wedge dash form. Okay, मैं यहाँ बनाता हूँ इसका structure. So the middle element, let's call it carbon. This is in the plane of the screen, so just draw it with a straight line. This is also in the plane of the screen, just draw it in a straight line. ठीक है? Now these two, the bond that is coming out of the screen, coming a little bit towards you, you can draw that with a bond that looks like this. ठीक है? थोड़ा सा neat and clean करके बनाने की कोशिश करता हूँ. I'll try to make it as neat and clean as possible. You can make it like this. Okay, एक ऐसा bond बना सकते हो which is a little bold, that is coming out towards, yeah, that is getting bolder as you go outward, and you can put a hydrogen over here. So this bond means that it's coming out of the screen. Yeah, and the bond at the back, you can draw it something like this. A dashed bond that is tapering away from you. ये bond आपकी तरफ आ रहा है, ये bond आपसे पीछे जा रहा है. Yes, this can be drawn on paper like that. So my dear friends, this bold thing is known as a wedge. Not wedge. ये सब्जी वाला wedge नहीं है, wedge. Okay, if you people know about wedge heels, all the women watching the class, all the girls watching the class would may be able to relate to it. Wedge heels होती है ना वो ऐसा वाली. Yeah. So this is a wedge. Wedge is basically that thing that you put in a log of wood. लकड़ी का टुकड़ा जो डालते हैं. So this is your wedge, and this is known as the dashed bond. So you can draw such a thing on paper using the wedge dash notation. Please write this down as well. ठीक है? Wedge dash notation. Very important for us. Later on in organic chemistry, we're going to use this orientation a lot. चलो, तो ये अपने पास बन गया tetrahedral structure. But why do we call it a tetrahedral? See, in the previous case, we were getting a triangle, so we called it a trigonal planar species. This one is not planar, of course, so we won't call it a planar species. But what is the tetrahedral over here? My dear friends, have you heard of the tetrahedron? Tetrahedron नाम सुना है? I'll show you what the tetrahedron looks like. Yeah, tetrahedron. So people, this particular 3D shape, okay, this is a full solid shape, this is just the outline of that shape. This 3D shape is known as a tetrahedron. I'll write the name for you as well. Okay, so this particular species is called the tetrahedron. So a tetrahedral shape, this shape which is known as the tetrahedral, okay, essentially the central atom is at the center and the outer atoms are on these corners of the tetrahedron. That is why it is known as a tetrahedral shape, tetrahedral geometry. ठीक है? So please make sure you understand the idea behind what a tetrahedron is. CH4, which has only 4 bond pairs, will give you a tetrahedral shape. Fine. Very simple. So we have covered 3 cases now. One case is which has 2 bond pairs, another case is 3 bond pairs, next case 4 bond pairs is done. Now the next case that we have to discuss, जो अगला केस अपन डिस्कस करेंगे, that will be for 5 bond pairs. So one example that we can take for 5 bond pairs is PCl5. So now we are getting into the domain of structures that do not follow the octet rule. Phosphorus with 5 chlorine atoms, of course the octet rule is violated. PCl5 है यहाँ पे, ठीक है? So how do we figure out what's the structure of this? Again in 3D you have to keep it so that you minimize the repulsions. Let me show you. The structure over here is very interesting. काफी अच्छी properties हैं इस structure की. So please make sure you pay some attention. Let's add one more bond pair. This particular species is known as a trigonal bipyramidal geometry. पहले देख लो कैसा दिखता है ये. 5 bonds around it, but can you see there are 2 different types of bonds Let's keep it over here. Can you see these two bonds are straight away from each other, right opposite to each other, है ना? This bond and this bond, these are right opposite to each other. But if you look at the other three bonds, they are at 120 degree angle with each other. ये क्या चल रहा है? Two bonds are right opposite to each other, है ना जी? But the other three bonds are only 120 degree from each other. What is this going on? My dear friends, let's try to understand the name of this first of all. ठीक है? Let's try to understand the name of this structure. So this says trigonal. Where is the triangle over here? Can you see this triangle? ये triangle दिख रहा है आपको? So this is where the name trigonal comes from. Now it has bipyramidal in its name. What does that mean? It means that you can make two pyramids out of this base trigonal. ये जो basic trigonal है, इससे दो pyramid निकल सकते हैं. Let me show you what those pyramids are. Can you see this is a pyramid? The red base with the black top. pyramid दिख रहा है? नीचे बनाता हूं मैं, ये देखो. Can you see the pyramid at the bottom? दिख रहा है ना? Again, this is the trigonal. One protrusion at the top and one protrusion at the bottom. I am pretty sure you can visualize two pyramids like this. है ना? ऐसे ही है ना? दो pyramid बना के चिपका दिए. So trigonal bipyramidal, a trigonal with two pyramids that can be imagined. Yeah. So this is why we call it a trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal is the base and there are two protrusions from the base. Protrusion मतलब ऐसा निकलता हुआ कुछ. So this is a top protrusion, this is a bottom protrusion. Trigonal base with two protrusions, trigonal bipyramidal. Okay? This is trigonal bipyramidal. Let me show you another image that I have for a trigonal bipyramidal. एक second. ये देखो. Can you see? Trigonal bipyramidal kind of a shape. ये diagram गलत है. This diagram is for a pentagonal bipyramidal. Once again, same concept. Over here at the base, you can see a pentagon. Yes. Can you see a pentagon at the base? One protrusion on the top, one protrusion on the bottom. So we will call this pentagonal bipyramidal. This is something that we'll discuss later. Over here, trigonal bipyramidal. ठीक है, दो पिरामिड, एक पिरामिड ऊपर, एक पिरामिड नीचे. One on the top, one on the bottom. Now we had already realized that these bonds are different from each other, है ना? The bond that is going on the top and the bottom, that is a little different from the bond that is present in the trigonal base. So my dear friends, let me tell you that the bonds that are going towards the top and towards the bottom, these bonds are known as axial bonds. इसको मैं उसी पेज पे explain करता हूँ. Let me show it to you in the page where we have the 3D image. Yeah, this is the case. So the two bonds that are, the bond that is going towards the top and the bottom, those are known as axial bonds. Okay, ये bond जो है, this will be called an axial bond. This is also an axial bond. Why an axial bond? Why do we call it an axial bond? Can you imagine that it exists on an axis? ये axis ही exist, imagine कर पा रहे हो? Around which the molecule can rotate. Yeah, the trigonal base can rotate around this particular axis. ये देखो rotate करेगा अभी मस्त. So those two bonds, the one on the top and one on the bottom, those are called axial bonds. ठीक है, तो this is your axial bond. This is also your axial bond. And the ones on the base of the trigonal, okay, जो trigonal base है आपका, those bonds are known as equatorial bonds. Okay, so these three bonds, I'll mark them with the black color. This bond, and this bond, these are known as your equatorial bonds. Equatorial bonds. Why equatorial? Because they exist on the center. Equator is an imaginary line that cuts the earth from the center, yeah? So equator is something that exists on the center. Equatorial bonds exist at the center. Fine. Great. Now, my dear friends, the fun thing is, the axial bonds in a trigonal bipyramidal system, the axial bonds are longer. Oh, this is interesting now. The axial bonds are longer, the equatorial bonds are shorter. Why is this so? Why? Axial bonds are longer, equatorial bonds are shorter. Why is this happening? To give you the idea, let me show you the bond angles. The bond angles between axial and equatorial groups are 90 degrees. Yeah, ये देख रहे हो 90 degree angle दिख रहे हैं. So the bond angle between one axial and one equatorial atom is 90 degrees. But what is the bond angle between the three equatorial species? Look at this. The bond angle between the three equatorial species is only 120 degrees. I mean, is more than 90 degrees. It's 120 degrees. ठीक है? So those are the 90 degree angles and these are the 120 degree angles. Now you still must be wondering, but how does it explain the shape? I'll explain it to you, don't worry. We'll spend good amount of time on this particular problem. ठीक है, तो इसको ऐसे arrange करते हैं. Let me open the pen mode once again. So my dear friends, one axial atom has three 90 degree interactions. Do you realize? It has this 90 degree interaction, this 90 degree interaction, and this 90 degree interaction. So an axial atom has three 90 degree interactions. Okay? An axial atom has three 90 degree interactions. Okay? On the other hand, an equatorial bond, if I talk about the one on the left side, ये जो भाई साहब हैं यहाँ पे, this has how much? This has 190 degree, 290 degree and two 120 degree interactions. So I'll write over here that the atom on the equator, this guy has two 90 degree interactions, these ones that I've drawn in, you know, एक नीचे एक ऊपर, and these two curved ones are two 120 degree interactions. Now people, do you realize that if two atoms are at this angle, if two bond pairs are at this angle, they will repel quite a lot. But if you keep them at 120 degree, the repulsion is not as high. 90 degree repulsion will be much higher considering 120 degree interaction. Yeah, 90 repulsion lot higher than 120 repulsion. So my dear friends, because of this specific reason, 90 degree repulsions are bad, 120 degree repulsions are, you can ignore them. Compared to 90 degree repulsions, 120 degree repulsions are not very bad. Okay. So overall, an equatorial bond has two 90 degree interactions. An axial bond has three 90 degree interactions. What does this mean? This means that the equatorial atom, equatorial bond pair faces less repulsion. Okay. The equatorial bond faces less repulsion, the axial bond faces more repulsion. Okay, please remember this idea that repulsions are less at the equator and more at the axis in a trigonal bipyramidal geometry. ठीक है? Trigonal bipyramidal. Cool. More repulsion in the axis, less repulsion on the equator. That's why, since this is getting repelled more, it will exist far. This is getting repelled less, it will exist close. That is why equatorial bonds are shorter in length, axial bonds are longer in length. That is true for a trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Got it? Chalo, if you didn't understand, rewind it and watch the explanation again. Let's go back to the exact molecule that we have for PCl5 का जो molecule है ये देखते हैं एक बारी. Let's see. Understood? 90-degree interactions between axis and equator, 120-degree interactions in equator. So the axial bond is 214 picometers. The equatorial bond is 202 picometers. Yeah. Equatorial bond 200 picometers, axial bond 214 picometers. 12 picometer difference. Okay. So please remember, axial bonds are longer, equatorial bonds are shorter in the case of a trigonal bipyramidal system. Got it? बढ़िया, बहुत सही. अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's move on to the next case. Before showing you the images of the next case, let's just try to write it down and imagine कि क्या होने वाला है उधर. So this case could be something like SF6. ठीक है. Sulfur with 6 fluorines around it. So sulfur over here has only 6 bond pairs. ठीक है. Let's try to see what it looks like in 3D. So you have to arrange 6 lines in 3D so that they have the maximum distance between them, minimum repulsion between them. Let's see a particular case over here. Let us add one more bond pair. ये देखो बड़ा ही प्यारा symmetrical सा structure बन गया. You have a very symmetric structure over here. Can you see this? Can you see? Very symmetrical structure. All the angles are at 90 degree to each other. Every single angle is at 90 degree to the other angle. All the bonds are equal. Equal distance, equal angle, 90 degrees, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have observed what the geometry and shape is called. This case is known as the octahedral case. Why octahedral? Octa bole to 8 faces. Octahedron has 8 faces. Let me show you the octahedron over here. I have the image of the octahedron right here. Can you see? दिख रहा है? Octahedron, 8 faces. Can you count the faces in this case? Faces दिखाता हूं मैं, रुको. Yeah. So this particular is one face. Okay. This over here is the second face. So ऐसे 4 face दिख रहे हैं आपको? ये क्या हो गया? This board is very weird. Yeah. So can you see the 4 faces? This is the face towards you. This is one face and 2 faces at the back. एक ये face रहेगा, एक ये पीछे वाला face रहेगा. 4 faces on the top, 4 faces on the bottom. So this is your octahedral species. It is similar to square bipyramidal. I'm sure a lot of you would be saying, sir, but this looks like a square with 2 pyramids. Can't we call it square bipyramidal? See, in bipyramidal geometries, the equator has different configuration than the axis. Like we saw in trigonal bipyramidal, in the equator the angles were a little different, in the axis the angles were a little different. Over here, since all the angles are 90 degrees, we don't call it square bipyramidal, we simply call it octahedral. This is a symmetrical 3D structure. Okay, so this is your octahedron, and this structure SF6, all the bond angles are 156.4 picometers. No need to remember this value, just the bond angle is important. 90 degrees all over. So this structure is an octahedral structure. Shape and geometry both are the same because there are no lone pairs. Octahedral geometry. Fine. This is the case. Very nice. SF6 भी हो गया. काफी simple सा ये तो. There is nothing complicated about it either. All the bond angles are 90 degrees. Very simple, symmetric structure. Great. Okay. Nice. Now there is one more structure. Okay. It's not very common. The next structure that I will show you is an example of something like IF7. iodine with 7 fluorine, so central atom and 7 bond pairs. अच्छा वो यहाँ पे शायद है ही नहीं. Hold on a second. So the thing is that it's so rare that they don't even have it over here. वो इतना rare सा structure है that it's not here either. I'll just draw it for you. ठीक है? You do a little bit of Google search after the class is over. If you want to see more details on it, it's not very difficult. काफी simple सी चीज़ है, मैं बता देता हूँ. So the structure that I'm talking about is something like IF7. So what happens over here is you will have a structure that is called the pentagonal bipyramidal. ठीक है? कैसा दिखेगा वो? There is an iodine. There is a pentagon on the base. There is a pentagon at the equator. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. ठीक है? So this is the base and then there are 2 axial fluorines. One on the top, one on the bottom. I'll try to make it once again. एक बार फिर से बनाता हूँ and I'll show you the image of a pentagonal bipyramidal as well. Don't worry. Fluorine. Okay, all the fluorines. These are the equatorial fluorines. As you can see, there is a pentagon that we can form over here, and then 2 of the fluorines are on the axis. Okay, pentagonal bipyramidal. Let me just try to show you an image of a pentagonal bipyramidal system. Just one moment. Okay, so I have opened it on Google. Can you see this shape? ये दिख रहा है? So this is your pentagonal bipyramidal shape. I'm pretty sure this is now easy to see. दिख रहा होगा सबको, है ना? So this is a pentagonal bipyramidal. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 on the base and 2 protrusions from it. So now since this is a pentagonal bipyramidal, it means that the axis and equator have different configurations. Axis will have different angles, equator will have different angles. Angles to chalo, it's very simple to understand. Yeah, the angle between the axial and equatorial will be 90 degrees. Yeah, pentagon and there is a protrusion on the top. So this angle is always going to be 90 degrees. This angle will be 72 degrees. Isn't it? 360 divided by 5. तो ये भी बड़े simple से आ गया. Yeah. So now my dear friends, 72 degrees, 90 degrees. My question to you is, this is your homework question. You have to answer this in the comment section down below. I have to teach something more. The class is not over yet, but this is a homework question for you. You should answer it in the comments later. In a pentagonal bipyramidal system, okay, in a pentagonal bipyramidal system, which bond is longer? Okay, which bond is longer over here, axial or equatorial? This is the question. In a pentagonal bipyramidal system, which bond is longer, axial or equatorial? In the trigonal bipyramidal system, the axial was longer because there were more 90-degree interactions over here. Now over here, what are the type of interactions? There are 90-degree interactions, there are 72-degree interactions. So think which case will have more repulsion and which would be the longer bond. This is something that you have to answer in the comments of the video. Okay, not in the chat box. Please answer this in the comment of the video. नीचे comment छोड़ने का, ठीक है? Very interesting question. Which of the bonds is longer? We'll discuss this in the next class, by the way. And the next class is going to be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. But don't worry, there are some things that I still have to teach you. तो दोस्तों अपन ने सारे स्टैंडर्ड केस तो कवर कर लिए. Yes, we covered all the standard cases. Let's try to write all the standard cases very quickly. We'll write all the standard cases, okay? So first case that we did was BCl2. Then we had first case was BeCl2. Second case was BCl3. Third case was CH4. Fourth case was PCl5, PF5, PBr5, whatever you want to write. Okay, PCl5 हो गया. Then the next case was SF6 and the last case was IF7. ठीक है. In all of the cases, what can I write? I can write this has 2 bond pairs, this has 3 bond pairs, 4 bond pairs, so on and so forth. Now I am going to give you a different kind of a notation. थोड़ा अलग तरह से लिखूंगा इन cases को. These standard cases can be written something like this. There is one central atom and 2 bond pairs. I will write it like this: A, B, 2. A refers to the central atom. Okay, B refers to the number of bond pairs. ठीक है, so this is an AB2 kind of a structure, this is AB3 kind of a structure, this is AB4 kind of a structure, this is an AB5 kind of a structure, this is AB6 type of a structure, and this is AB7 type of a structure. What were the geometries in all of these cases? Write it down. This was linear, this was trigonal, planar, this was tetrahedral, this was trigonal, bipyramidal, this was octahedral, and the last one was pentagonal bipyramidal. Right? The names are very easy. Linear, triangular, tetrahedral, triangle base with 2 protrusions, octahedral, pentagonal base with 2 protrusions. ठीक है, so names are also simple for the geometries. These are the standard cases. Now, my dear friends, the things that we will discuss in the next class are the non-standard cases. Okay? An example for the non-standard case would be the example of NH3. My dear friends, in NH3, okay, I'll give you a very quick detail about NH3. We'll discuss NH3 again in the next class, so don't worry. NH3 में क्या हो रहा है? There are 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. Okay. Over here, if I talk about the steric number is still equal to 4. Yes. Steric number is still equal to 4. So you will arrange NH3 very similar to CH4. ठीक है, NH3 को very similar to CH4 you will arrange. I'll try to draw it for you. Okay, this is the lone pair, this is the hydrogen, this is the hydrogen coming towards you in the wedge, and this is the hydrogen going away from you in the dash. Can you see something like a tetrahedron over here? Can you see a tetrahedral geometry? So write it. This is a tetrahedral geometry. Tetrahedral geometry. But my dear friends, as I've told you, in order to look at the shape, you don't look at the lone pair. Yes. जब shape देखना होगा तो lone pair को नहीं देखेंगे. Also, can you think about the bond angle over here? Will the bond angle be more than 109.5 or less than 109.5? सोचो. Initially in a tetrahedral species, okay, मान लो this was your tetrahedral species. I'm trying to do some jugaad over here. Yeah, this was your tetrahedral species. Over here the bond angles were 109 degrees. Now instead of the bond pair, you have a lone pair. The lone pair will repel these even more. यहाँ पे lone pair आया जैसे ही, as soon as the lone pair came, these bonds were pushed downwards. Because the repulsion is more, the lone pair bond pair repulsion is more, so the bond pairs are pushed down. So the angle over here will be less than 109.5 degrees, isn't it? The angle has to be less than 109.5 degrees. So my dear friends, this is going to be the discussion for all the non-standard cases. All the non-standard cases that are there. What could be the non-standard cases? Let me tell you. This is 3 bond pair, lone pair, 3 bond pair, 1 lone pair, steric number equal to 4. How can I write this non-standard case? Let me tell you. This non-standard case can be written as A, B, 3, E. A stands for central atom, B stands for bond pairs, E stands for lone pairs. So my dear friends, do you realize we can write a lot of non-standard cases for all of these. For all of these geometries, there are lots of non-standard cases. Does it make sense to write ABE? Not really, yeah, because ABE's shape will be very simple, A and B, that's all. Lone pair does not contribute to the shape of the molecule. तो बस इसको लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. There's no need to write it. Over here, a non-standard case could be AB to E. Two bond pairs, one lone pair. Okay, one central atom, two bond pairs, one lone pair. You would say that, sir, there could be another case ABE2. Once again, there is no need to write this case because there are only two atoms in this particular molecule. Two atoms will always be linear. एक यहाँ एक यहाँ, it will always be linear. So no need to write the cases where there is only one bond pair. ठीक है? There could be another case over here, AB2E2. One central atom, two bond pairs, two lone pairs, similar to water. Yeah. AB5K could be multiple cases. You could have AB4E. You could have AB3E2. You could have AB2E3. These could be the deviations. So these are standard cases. These are the deviated cases. This one, AB5E. Total steric number we are keeping the same. Total steric number is still 6. AB5E could be a case. AB4E2 could be a case. Other cases can also be there, but these are the two that are important. यहाँ पे we don't need to discuss any more case. Those don't really qualify for discussion. Very rare. No one asks questions on that. So these cases that we have written over here, we need to discuss the VSEPR theory in the next class for all of these cases. In सभी cases की VSEPR theory we will discuss in the next class. So when is the next class? The next class is going to be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. For all of you students who are studying with me for 2022 examinations, who are studying in 11th class right now, the classes will happen on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 7 p.m. My Saturday classes are premiered. All the other classes are live. ठीक है? So finally what I want to show you, okay? Finally what I want to show you is the case of NH3. ठीक है? फटाफट से आपको NH3 दिखा देता हूँ मैं. I mean अमोनिया दिखा देता हूँ मैं आपको एक बारी. हाँ, ये रहा. So let's, ये रहा NH3. Cool. This is your ammonia. Fine. I drew this structure on paper. ऐसा कुछ structure बनाया था मैंने. One lone pair, one bond pair and two bonds coming out like this. Let's see the bond angles now. As I told you, the bond angle will be less than 109.5 degree. The bond angle is 107.8 degrees because the lone pair is pushing these bonds down. Electronic geometry is the same. Electrons arranged in a tetrahedral fashion. But the shape of this molecule is called trigonal pyramidal. Why? See, lone pair हटाते हैं, ये भी हटाते हैं. Can you see a tiny little base of a tripod over here? एक छोटा सा tripod का base दिख रहा है आपको? Can you see that? Yeah, let me show you a bigger structure with longer arms. ये देखो. Can you see the base of a tripod? Can you see that there is a triangular base at the bottom and there is just one tiny little protrusion on the top, so you can make a pyramid from here? Yeah, triangular base and one protrusion on the top, trigonal pyramidal shape. Molecular geometry can also be called shape. ठीक है? So this is the kind of thing that we will discuss in the upcoming class. This web page is a web page by PHET. You just Google PHET VSEPR. You'll be able to see this very well online. So one last piece of self assignment that I have to give you. One last piece of homework that I have to give you. All of these cases that are there, okay, ये जितने भी cases हैं, do me a favor please and do yourself a favor please. You have to find out at least 2 examples of each case. Okay, find 2 examples You don't need to answer this in the comment section. This is your own self-study homework. Find 2 examples of each case. Okay, you can simply open the NCERT and all of the examples are given. So in the next class, we will discuss the shapes and geometries for all of these cases. बहुत मजा आने वाला है अगली क्लास में. So my dear friends, this was a premiered class. On Saturdays, your classes will be premiered classes, ठीक है. On the weekdays, Monday to Friday, they will be live, ठीक है. तो चलो, if you enjoyed the class, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you have any more queries, just leave a comment down below. I will get back to you if you have any question. Stay subscribed to the channel. I'm going to see you once again on Tuesday at 7 p.m. with more of VSEPR theory. Until then, bye bye, take care. See you soon.